I'm in a groove state of mind. 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 I'm in a groove state of mind.
Quiero tequila, señor,
I'm
por
in a
favor.
groove state of mind. I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm in a groove state of mind. Moving all the time. I'm in a groove state of mind. Don't blame me. Stepping up my game. I'm in a groove state of mind. You I know I can.
Quiero tequila, señor, por favor.
Moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm in a groove state of mind. Oh, I'm moving. I'm in a groove state of mind. Yes I am. I'm moving. I can't say I'm dying, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Blue makes it inspires me. The bump through slip day free, I'm dancing in my dream. Working at the scene, I'm feeling jubilation. You know who I am. Now is my time to have a good state of mind. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm letting go, life's up in me more. There's magic in the air, I feel it everywhere. I've got my groove on, you know who I am. Now it's time to have a groove state of mind. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Time to bust the move. Get me your own beat. The groove where life can go so sweet. Grooving got my back. Moving telling me there's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. I'm moving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm moving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm moving. Groove, 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 groove. I'm moving. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving, I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am, I'm moving.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to day 4 of Groove Asia's 5-day challenge. We're so happy that you are here today with us, and hopefully, if you were here with us last year, that has gotten real clear, crystal clear. The presentation is beautiful, which is so wonderful because we want you to get the most valuable um, value out of the presentation, and it is really good stuff, isn't it? Really good stuff. But anyway, my name is Karen Allen. I am the Chief Program Officer here at Groove Asia. And again, welcome. Glad that you are here. We are past the halfway mark in this 5-day challenge. So hopefully you are taking action because that's what we want you to do. People will have big action. We want big action takers get big results, right? And we are helping you do that here in these 5-day challenges. So hope this is not your first time. If this is your first time, welcome. If you have been here with us throughout the whole entire week so far, thank you. You're doing really well, doing really well. And you're going to be getting the most value. But luckily, this is going to be on the YouTube channel and also in our Facebook group. So if you need to see a replay of something you may have missed, just come over and to the YouTube channel or to the Facebook, and you have a big community there in the Facebook group where you can ask questions there also. Now you can ask questions here, just put them in the chat box if you are here live. Now, if you are here live, put in hashtag live. If you're here on the replay, put in a hashtag replay. Don't forget, like I said, to put your questions in the comment box, therefore that we can answer those questions for you here. And if we don't get to them here, go to the Facebook page underneath the events, and you can ask your questions there, and we'll be getting to those, be able to answer those questions at that time. Well, without further ado, let's get started. And let me introduce you to who's going to be doing our training today. As you already know, we have the infamous Nick Lacani, who's going to be doing our training here for the GroovePages today. And Nick is the dynamic force revolutionizing online education, and he is doing it here at Groove Asia. He is, as the Toastmaster of the Year, he led the digital transformation of Toastmasters International in the UK and Ireland during the COVID pandemic. Now, with a background as a successful trainer, technical director, and college lecturer, Nick now passionately guides entrepreneurs to systematize their businesses for online success. Now, isn't that great? We want systems to get us more time. Yes, we do. Now, in 2024, he aimed to offer effective training courses at Groove Asia, which is what he's doing now, shaping attendees' journey towards financial freedom, which is what we are all striving for. So let's join Nick. Let's join Nick today as he see what he has to offer us today. And take it away, Nick.
Thank you very much, Karen. Welcome to everybody. Glad to have you on board. I'm so excited today. We've got a few things that we want to show you, and I just want to make sure that you're good with some of the things that we learned over the last few days. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to run through a few questions that I had as well over the last day or two. And just a couple of points here. I want to, again, thank Pauline and Johan, who's been action takers, who shared what they've done. Johan actually, Pauline shared a screenshot of her website, and Johan actually sent a video showing us what he'd done on his website. So well done, you two. And I want to see more of those, please. Let's send them in. Now, in terms of what we're doing today, as I said, I want to make sure that we take a look at one or two questions that we've had, and also to recap on what we did yesterday. Now, one of the things that we did yesterday was look at this bar here, this header. It's got the pages on here. Now, over the last 24 hours, I've gone and done my homework, which is to make certain changes to the pages so that this particular layout looks very similar to this layout here. And again, I've actually gone and built it out. And so we've got a home page here, and then the pages that I want, or the menu items I want, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Then we've got the content, and then we've got the about, contact, training, consulting, tools, events, social. Notice on here, it's got the Eventbrite logo underneath there. That's going to come into play in a minute. And then tomorrow, I'm going to explain about the social and also these orange pages over here. That's for tomorrow. But today, I want to look at this, and I'm going to show you on my page here what it looks like. Remember yesterday, we actually got this block and made it a global block. That means if we make a change here, it actually goes and occurs on every single page. Oh, look, here's one I made earlier. Those of you who want to go to techledgrowth.com, and you can actually have a look at this in a greater detail. Oh, maybe not. Right, techledgrowth.com, and you can actually have a look at this. Notice that the pages are on there, and if I go to any of these pages, the menu is just the same. The header is just the same. Yeah. Now the pages may be duplicates of each other. I'm not concerned about content on these pages. Okay. Now, if I go to events, though, what's going to happen? It takes us to the Eventbrite page. In my case, because I'm in the UK, I've put eventbrite.co.uk. And with social, that's not working at the moment, and neither is this button here. Now, the others are working, though. Therefore, I'm going to show you what I did on here. Edit, global block. And remember how we added this in yesterday? If you missed it, go watch day 3. And this is the logo. What I've done here is, and again, a change I've made overnight, is that I've gone to, sorry, let's just go to the pages. Let's just go to the menu here. Just highlight the whole menu and settings button. Notice that there is a home page, but I've told it to exclude it. Look, pages to exclude. Now I can pick any number, either 0 to all of them. Okay, well, wouldn't be much of a toolbar if I excluded all of them, but I could if I wanted to. And in this case, I want the home page to be excluded. All right, there's a reason for that. Well, let's take a look. If I go to the home page, look, click on it, that will take me to home. So most websites have this feature where if you click on the logo, that will take you home. Therefore, I don't need to show home. The other thing I have is 2 external links, events and social. Now, as I said, I'm going to ignore social today. However, look at events, and it's got a link to, see that? Link to URL, and it's got the Eventbrite address there, and open in a new tab, ticked. The reason for that is I still want people to keep my website open, but my events happen to be on an external website. Now, this is the same, I will do the same for this if you have a link to your Facebook page or Twitter, X, or Instagram, or whatever it is. If you have a link to go outside of your website, do it as a different tab, a new tab, because somebody may forget your website. Okay, so that's very important. Now, I showed you the other day how to make these bold and so on, and also any changes I make will be action on every single page. Therefore, if I highlight the whole bar here, and in this case, I'm going to go to text and go to the color, and I've decided I'm going to make it a dark blue. Oh, actually, let's make it a little bit lighter. There. All of you can see that. I'm going to click on save. Takes a few seconds. Notice on here it says saving, and then exit. I've just made a change on the navigation bar. Now, I need to go to publish, website, and we need all of it, right? So after a minute or two, that is going to get replicated across. Therefore, at the moment, look, it's not changed. But when I refresh it, it's not changed yet because it's not got caught up yet. Now, the other thing is, this particular website that I've got, And you'll see this tomorrow. I'm going to go again. If those of you missed it, I'm going to explain again more about the global block, and we're going to create a couple more global blocks with this one here and that one here. That's the footer. Okay. The other thing I've done with this footer is I put in the logo here. Updated this, so it's got my company name, 2024, and also these links are working here. About, contact, and events are working here. And then tomorrow we'll fill it out with the rest of it there as well. So you can have a global block that's a footer as well. And also, again, as a bit of revision, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to create a global block like this so that you can actually put it on any page at any time. Okay? Now, let's go over here. Let's see if our menus have refreshed. And there you go. It's now blue. If I go to any page on here, there's the training page, and the menu is carried over, and it's now blue writing. Okay, you get the idea. You make one small change, and it can happen on every single instance of that element or block across the whole website. That's going to save you an awful lot of time. Now, the other things that we looked at yesterday was about the different sizes of screens. Therefore, for example, if I just go back to the top of the page and have a look at this, notice that you've got the logo, you've got the menus here, and you've got the button there. And then this is designed for the mobile phone, etc. Okay? So what I showed you yesterday was to make a change only on the mobile phone part. And to be fair, you can make a change to, for example, the text on every single size of device on there as well. Okay, so that's useful as well, very useful, in fact. Let's click on save there. Now then, in terms of formatting, I got a question from one of the viewers yesterday, and they had actually accidentally deleted the picture here. And so one of the things that you can do is to insert an element. Okay, so I don't want to just get rid of it, but look, I'm going to show you how to put another picture in. Therefore, what you do is you can click out on the gray area here, go to the Elements button. Do you remember what this was? Media, down here on the left-hand side, Image, and click and drag it to where you want it to go. Now, if I leave it over there, it'll come at that where that red line is. Well, I don't want it there. I want it on this container here. Let go of it, and then let's just close this. You can go inside here, click on the gear button, and then choose the picture that you want to put in there. Okay? So in this case, I didn't want the picture in there, so I'm just going to undo it like that. Now, it's very important to understand that when you create a website with a template, it's likely that the picture that comes with it, you won't have access to, you won't be able to manipulate or do very much with, apart from just being there. Therefore, you should have your own pictures, in my humble opinion. Okay? Now, let's have a look at this. I'm going to go and show you the things that we did yesterday and what we're going to cover today. Therefore, yesterday, we actually had a look at the page and site settings, parallax images. Remember those? Yes, as backgrounds. Global blocks, we've talked about it, page preview, and also formatting different devices. Right. So today, it's about perfecting our design. And today, we're going to look at further formatting, a bit more advanced things. Subdomains. I know one or two of you are asking in the questions yesterday. Drafts and page backups, adding buttons, and saving as a template. Okay, let's crack on and let's start working on this. Therefore, one of the things that we want to do is to look at further formatting. And the key here is that, remember, you have to select the item or the box that you want to change. In this case, for example, we've got this particular box here with the title in it, Increase Your Online Sales. And when I click on it, this bar automatically opens up. Now, if you don't want it to open up every time you click on something, you can see that there's a button here saying disable immediate opening of the style panel on element click. Okay, so if I do that and close it, if I click on another element, it won't open up. And the way to open it up is there's a little arrow on here that will open it up. Okay, therefore, let's go back to the title here. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can actually change this particular title. You can highlight it, just like a Google Doc or a Word document, and then make changes to it. For example, look, let's make it bold, italic, underlined even. Okay, well, I don't like underlined. Let's do that. You can even, for example, make it centered. Can you see that? So it's quite handy to actually have that. Look at this. The A is for color of the text. Oh, I love the red. Let's see if we can actually put some red on here. Okay, sometimes it does deselect. So tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go to text, color, and let's pick a red color like that. There you go. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is go to text and look, centered, size, and also, italic, etc., underline. But also, one of the things I showed you was the weight. Make it bold or semi-bold. You can see that there. Hairline. Somebody asked about the fonts the other day. So, for example, there are a limited number of fonts in here you can play with. Okay. In this case, I want to go to parent default. That's fine. Instead of hairline, I want regular. That's fine too. And remember, okay, so that's the text. There's a lot of information in text there. What else can we do? Well, the other thing that we can do is play with the background. Now, we did this yesterday, to be fair. Now, what I'm going to do is go to color. Let's make it a white background. And remember how we can make it transparent? Like that. Okay, so you remember that? And again, you can specify the colors and so on in there. Right. Obviously, the other thing we can do is to put an image behind there. We did that with the block, if you remember. Now, this is interesting. The border. I like this, actually, because what I want to do is to take a look at this and say, all right, those are the corners. That's the width. Therefore, if I go to width and then increase it here, look, can you see that? It's getting a gray border. Well, I don't want gray. Let's make it a little bit narrower, change the color, and let's make it blue. There, can you see? We've got a blue box on there now, or a blue border on there. Now, the other thing is, let's go to border again, and you see these corners? And I'm going to put all four corners on, and then the radius. And can you see on there the type of border I put on it, around it? I've smoothed the edges. I made it curved. So there's a lot of things that in terms of the design, you can actually change with this style bar here. Okay. Let's go back to what else do we want to have a look at here? Spacing. This is a very important one because can you see on here that the red box is below this blue line, the blue border? It's because we've got a margin on it. If I get rid of that margin, what happens? Look, you see that? So I'm quite happy with it being a 17 or well, I'll tell you what, 25 I want. Type it in there, press enter. Okay. Now, you can have a top margin as well up there. Now, notice that both of these are selected now. And if I make this 10, they both become 10. So it's very important you select only the ones you want to change. Therefore, in this case, I want to make each one 25, like that. The next thing I'm going to do is where it's got the text inside and then it's got the border around it, that is these 4 items here. Can you see that? Those 4 buttons, top, bottom, left, and right. And if I start playing around, look at this, look. You're putting more space between the text and the border. In this case, I don't want any of that, so that's fine. You get the idea. Also, for example, you can go to a block and go to spacing. And notice on here, the top and bottom is 72. This is the way the template was designed when we imported it. However, the left and right isn't. So I'm going to go to outside left and outside right and make it 20. And can you see the difference there? Okay, so it depends on how you want the design to go. And you can actually manipulate any of these boxes and give them space either inside the box or outside of the box, as much space as you want to see. But remember, the more intricate you try to make it, it takes up time. And also, you may want to do it for every single box, in which case, trust me, I've been there. It does take time. That's why I would prefer to use a template. Things are already set up and they look pretty good. Now, if, for example, I play around with the settings here, maybe on the mobile view, it may not look so good. So let's have a look. See? Perhaps it doesn't look so good. So in this case, perhaps on mobile view, I may want to either change the spacing or change the size of the text. Okay? But let's leave that there for now. That's fine. And let's have a look at the okay, sorry. Let's just save this. And what we're going to do is I just want to have a look at 1 or 2 of the other pages on here. And right, yeah, sorry. The other thing I want to look at is the fact that, as I said, we've got a number of things that we were playing around with there, the formatting, spacing, etc. There are other things that we can play around with on there, but we are going to go and do more of this tomorrow. Okay? Now, let's have a look at my GroovePages, and I want to go to GroovePages on here. Okay? Now, notice I've got a website here called Design Agency. And this, if I show you, is a 1-page website. How do I know that? If I go to Pages, oh, I was playing with this. Let's just delete this one. I don't need that. Okay. So it's 1 page, and notice it's got the little red circle next to it, meaning it's not published. Okay. And let's just save what we're working on. That's fine. It's a 1-page website. Notice also, actually, this is a template. This is available to you, but I did get rid of the header and the footer. Okay. And there's a reason for that. Now, so you have, which looks different from the other one, but I wanted to show you this as an example. In this case, let's just stop sharing. One of the things that I need you to understand is about subdomains. Why do we use them? Okay, so one of the reasons to use them is for to organize your pages. Well, you don't want a subdomain for each page, do you? That doesn't make sense. But you may want subdomains for example, different parts of the business, something specific. For example, blog. If you have Groove Blog, you would put it as a subdomain, blog dot and then yourdomain.com. Right? Easy enough, right? If I was using a membership site, I would call it members.yourdomain.com. If I was getting somebody to buy a digital product, I would put pay or sell dot and then the domain name. If I was using GrooveCart, I would use cart or store, so that it's obvious what it is. And that's a really good thing to do. Training, other things like this. So whatever, consulting, you can actually, or services, you can put the subdomain in front of the main domain. Okay. Now, in this particular case, what we have is we've got this website. It's a one-page website. Is it published? Well, let's click on the drop-down list next to publish. And look, it's not published at all because it's asking us for hosting options. You can see there, we've not done anything. Now, over here, we have tech-led growth. This is the home page. Great, no problem. Now, what I want to do is this is to do with a design agency, and I want to I want it to be as a subdomain in front of tech-led growth. Here's how you do it, and also here's the other thing: it is a separate website, but you can do this, and it's not absolutely common practice, but it can be done. Why would you want to do this? Well, you may want this to be separated and actually have another member of your team work on it, and only this. That's one way to do it. At the moment, further down the line, you'll have the ability to control who manages what in your team. At the moment, anybody can manage anything. That's important to know. In this case, though, I want to call it, what did I say? Agency. Therefore, I'm going to go to hosting options and custom domain, tech-led growth. Now, remember, we did location, and I said to you on Monday and,
Nick.
sorry, yeah.
Nick, can you please share your screen?
Sorry. And that was obviously a deliberate error on my part. Just wanted to see if everybody's watching. That's brilliant. Okay, so let me just run through that again very briefly. You have a one-page website. It's called Design Agency. You are going to go and say, right, I want to have agency.tech-led growth. Okay, that's what we're going to have. It's only one page. It's very simple. So publish, hosting options, and custom domain, tech-led growth. Now, previously, we had published the website on the root of the custom domain. In this case, you have the option for root and subdomain. We want subdomain. That's very important. Click on subdomain. And then it asks, well, which subdomain would you like? Oh, okay. Drop down list. Now, notice here that I've got test.techledgrowth.com. I wanted to show you that you can create one earlier, or you can just add it into here right now. Click on add. And here I want to put in agency. Cross your fingers, click on add new subdomain, and then, yes, that looks okay. Publish. Now, what has happened is that you know that you can actually add subdomains in the settings. Well, let me remind you how to do it. So if we go to the settings and billing, domains, custom domains, manage. And on here, can you see tech-led growth? And this is the GroovePages. Now, if you just go up here and click on this little line, it's now got test, which you saw on the list earlier, and now it's got agency. And here, you can add in other subdomains that you want as well for the GroovePages only, okay? Now, if I go back one, notice on here that we've got sell, member, blog, card. Now, as I do the 5-day challenges and we go to each one of those challenges, I'm going to show you how to use them. But for GroovePages, you do not go to any of those, okay? Please make sure you don't do that. What you're doing is you're creating a web page as a subdomain from a separate project, okay? That's all you've done. Now, has it worked? Well, let's take a look. This button here to go to agency.techledgrowth. And there you go, agency.techledgrowth agency.techledgrowth.com. Perfect. And tech-led growth has got hyphens between them. That's it. You've just created it, created a subdomain. We had a question on day 1 or day 2 about a blog. Personally, I wouldn't put a normal web page as a blog. I would prefer to use Groove Blog. Okay. And again, we're going to do a 5-day challenge of that further down the line. Does that make sense, folks? Does that make sense? I hope so. Now, what we want to look at is the drafts and page backups. Well, let's go back to our previous page, our previous site, rather, GroovePages and tech-led growth, manage the site. Now, do you remember yesterday I mentioned drafts briefly, okay? So I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do here. In this case, we're going to go to, and where it's got the About page, click on the 3 dots and edit settings. And do you remember I said that you can change the page name and the slug? The slug means what the page is going to be called after here. So after .com/about. Okay. Oh, has it gone? Wow. That's interesting. Right. So anyway, yeah. Why is that? Because I've got the subdomain in front and there's no agency dot all that. Okay, so there you go. Rookie error. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, techledgrowth.com/about. That's the about page. Now, in this case, what I've done is I've switched this one. I said I want it to be in draft mode. I do not want it to be published. Now, it could be that it could be a special page for an offer that you're doing, a launch, or whatever it is. It may be, Black Friday, holiday deal, whatever that is. Save the settings with the red tick. Now, it's important. Oh, let's cancel this. Let's save it. Okay, confirm. I don't know what that was playing about with. Let's just check the settings for about, and it's in draft mode there. That's fine. Okay. Here we have to publish the whole website. Okay, and notice that not only will the about page disappear, but also that the on the home page, the heading, the title, the main heading on the home page will change the look because we had the border around there as well. Therefore, it takes a minute or two. We're going to wait until we do that. However, in terms of drafts, one of the things, this is a new function, by the way. It's only been around for maybe a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months. And it's very useful, as I said, if you're working on a page on an existing website. I think it's very useful. Now, if I just refresh this page, the About page, it's not there. But if I go to the home page, we know that the website is there. And look, we know it's gone and published the whole website because that block has been changed, hasn't it? That text has been changed on there. But if we go to the About page, it's not there, right? Notice that the actual menu is still there, menu item is still there, but it's not published, okay? You get the idea. Now, the other thing I want to show you on there was page backups. Now, this is quite interesting in that if I go to settings, and we're on the home page here, and if we go to a page backup here, oh, look. Now, don't forget, this is today's date and time in my time zone, all right? Now, the session started at just around 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. my time. So that's 10 p.m. my time, and there's a little I next to it with a button saying, do you want to preview this particular version of your homepage? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, in fact, I'll tell you what, let's look at 13. 13 would be better. Let's preview that. Let's see what we've been playing around with. So a few minutes ago, that's what it looked like. Okay, previous version. Now, and the border isn't there anymore. Okay, now if I wanted to go back to this, I would click on use this version. So you've got the idea that you can go backwards. Okay, but always try and be clear about what you're trying to do when you're making changes on the fly. Think about it, write it down, check, double check. Okay. Now I'm not going to go back and change this, so just cancel that. But you get the idea. You've got page backups for your pages on there, and it's right down here on page settings. Okay. Now, looking at the time that we have right now, we've gone quite a way deep into this today, and one of the things that I wanted to show you, in fact, while we're at it, I'll tell you what. Let's do template now. What I'm going to do is to take this page and I'm going to go to settings and save as template. Okay. Now, if I go to site settings, look, there's no option in there to save as template. It's the page that we're looking at. Save as template. Okay, I'm happy with that. Are you sure about this? And upon saving this template, it will be available under my templates when adding a new page. Yes, I'm very happy with that. Thank you. Click on the yes button. Okay, so what? You can see it's saving, and there's a little circular, the little animation there. It's now saving this page as a template. Great. Content saved, bottom right-hand corner, green box. What that means is that I can either add a page or a brand new website and use this as the basis of it. Therefore, let me explain. Let me demonstrate. Pages, plus sign, new page, and my templates. And here's that home page right here. Click on it once. You can even live preview it, as I showed you previously, but that's fine. I know what's in there. And then import full template. Click on that. And now it comes up as page 7. And after a few seconds, there's your page 7 right there. And it's exactly the same as the home page. So this is great. There is another way, actually, of taking the home page and then you can duplicate it. So that's very similar. However, the impact of this, I don't want this here, but let me just delete this. Okay, confirm. Oh yeah, sorry, one quick thing. For the home page, it doesn't allow you to delete it. That's good, right? Brilliant. Now, what you can do is, if we just save what we're doing and go to GroovePages, this button here takes us back to the dashboard. Look, but I want to go back to GroovePages. So GroovePages there. And on here, I want to go to new site. So instead of going to single page or complete site, go to my templates. And there is our home page. Click on it, import full template. It's now asking for a site name. So I'm going to call this TLG test and start building. So now that homepage is the basis of my next project right there. And you can see that it's TLG test and brilliant. Okay. Now notice it's no longer a global block. Okay. So that's interesting. But this thing now is very useful for you if you've spent a lot of time and getting one page to where you want it to be. Just save it as a template. Very easy. Okay. Now, in terms of adding buttons, actually, before we do that, let's just stop sharing on here for a minute. Karen, do we have any questions so far? Anything I can deal with right now?
No questions at this time.
No questions. Okay. Either I'm very, very good, or you're all very much ahead of yourselves and progressing. And that's, I'm sure, is the case. Okay. So let's go and share my screen again. And now, oh, actually, before we do that, let me talk about buttons. One of the best things about these
before
websites.
you get started,
Okay.
sorry, before you get started, we did have one question just quickly came in. This is from Jennifer. What's the difference between duplicate and clone when it comes to the GroovePages?
Sharp eye, Jennifer.
I'm assuming.
Very sharp eye. Okay. Let me show you. All right. So better share my screen first on here. And let's move that. Okay. Now, duplicate means let me just get back to our project, our full website here, tech-led growth. Now, pages, and let's say it's the contact page. 3 dots, and you've got different options on here. Okay. Now, duplicate, you've seen it. I've demonstrated it. Clone, if I click on it, and it says clone the page too. It's almost like a duplicate, but a clone means you can actually go and either clone it or move it. Well, in this case, I want to clone it. So it's a copy. Now, this is the difference, Jennifer. You can clone the page to this site or another site. Brilliant, right? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go to different site. Next. Which project do you want to go to? Oh, yeah. Here's one I made a few minutes ago, correct? With only one page on it. TLG test. Next. And then on here, I want to put it in the primary navigation. Now, obviously, if it had funnels and other things going on, it'll show different things on there. But in this case, it's very simple. Primary navigation, that's fine. Clone the page or clone the page in open site. So it'll actually take us there as well. Yeah, why don't we do that? Clone an open site. Sit back 15 seconds maybe. And it opens up TLG test. And it's got the home page on there. And, well, has it created it? Da, da, da. Pages. Contact right there. And there is your contact page, complete with the header. Yes? That's the difference. Okay, now let's go to buttons. I'm interested in buttons because I love these buttons on here. Okay, and so what we're going to do, this is a page over here, and I've decided that I want to add a button on the contact us page. Why? Because I want to be able to put a button and for it to go to a particular website where I am, where somebody can go and let's just pick something up. Bear with me 1 second. I want somebody to go and book an appointment with me. Okay. Therefore, what I'm going to do is go to the elements and add a button from the left-hand side. Go to elements and alphabetical order, buttons near the top. Click on it once. These are design buttons. These are standard buttons where then you can go and design them. no, we don't want Groove Apps in there. So design, this is the one I want. Scroll down and you can see it's got different types. These are, for example, solid buttons and the outline buttons down there and so on. So they look a little bit different, but I love this one. Look, I want this one. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's make it red so that it stands out so you know I've done it. So I'm going to click on it. And remember, with elements, you can click and drag and put it where you wish to put it. Let's put it right here. Do you see that? Simple. Done. Now, with this button, what we're going to do is to change the way it looks. Therefore, let me just see if I can zoom in a little. Okay. So there's the button there. And what I'm going to do is click on it once, and the toolbar comes up on here. So let's go to the configuration and main label. So in here, I'm going to say schedule a call. Okay, schedule a call. And if I wanted sub-labels, click on the plus sign. I could even put something here, something like via Zoom. If I click on update and close, and you can see there, look, schedule a call via Zoom. Fantastic. And what happens if I want to change the way it looks? So go to T, and on here, I can change the color and so on. So I can do a number of things on here, but I'm not going to change it. I'm fine with that. The next thing I want to do is to go back to the config again, the settings button, link to, and it says none. So when you press the button, when we publish a page, when we press a button, it's not going to link to anything. It's not going to go to anything. We won't do anything. In this case, drop down list, and you can pick a page. And in this case, there's 2 pages, so you can pick one of those. Or, for example, a URL. Then on the URL, you can type it in here. And so here's what I made earlier. So I've got a project meeting here. So what I'm going to do is paste in a link, and this is a external calendar where people can make appointments with me, with my team. Okay, so therefore that works there. I would normally put open in a new tab, like I mentioned before. If going externally, open a new tab. I'm happy with that. Update and close. Now, what I need to do is to go and publish this page. So save it and publish. Hosting options. Now, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so custom domain, select a domain. I'm going to use tech-led growth again. And here, I'm going to put in subdomain, like we did before. Select subdomain. Well, it's none of those, so add a new subdomain, and I'm going to put it call. Add new subdomain. That's it. Now, that looks fine. It's happy with that. Publish the website. And look, it's publishing there. It's publishing those 2 pages. And in the meantime, if I go to this button here, when it's saved, let's just go to it. So publishing is in process. Brilliant. And notice on here now, it's going to go to the correct page. So this is another subdomain that I've created. And that's a point. It's contact. Okay. Excuse me. Right. Let me do it again. Okay. Actually, this is a good example. Let's go to pages. And this contact page here, I want to be the home page now. Set as home page. Save. So the name's changed now. Can you see that? So this page here, I want to delete. So the old home page is gone. Now this page here, contact page, is now the home page of this website. That's fine. Save it, and then we'll just publish it again. And publish. Just wait another 5-10 seconds. In the meantime, you understand that you can actually easily have a button that does something you want, whatever it is. Okay, and it's very easy to set up, as I showed you, just a matter of 2 minutes. Now, in this case, let's go here. Let's have a look at, open that page up. This is the new call.techledgrowth.com. There's the button. Now, does it work? Cross your fingers. And there it is. It goes to my calendar. You get the idea. Creating buttons is easy. And this one here is not connected to anything yet, but I could go in and go and change it and make it do something. What do you want it to do when somebody clicks on it? That's the important thing. Okay. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you on here, tomorrow we've got some advanced things going on, and I will show you how to, for example, change the color when you move your mouse over buttons or to click on them, or do other advanced things as well. All right. Now, if I just stop the share there, Karen, we are running out of time. And what I'm going to do is in a second, I'm going to get you on in a minute. I'm just going to go and just go over what we've learned today. All right. So very simply, what we've covered today is some more external, some more types of formatting, subdomains, drafts and page backups, adding buttons, and saving as a template. Are we all good with that? If you're not, go to the replay, have a look at it, ask your questions in Facebook. Karen's going to give you information, call to action, and also give you some information on some other things that GroovePages is doing this week and next, especially 2 events from Simon Leong and Ching Yu Tan. Karen, take it away. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Nick, for that enlightening information that you gave us. If you have any questions, you can always go to our Facebook page in the groups under the events for this today, and ask your questions there, and we'll get your questions answered. Now, like Nick said, I do want to share my screen here and tell you that you can go to, let me pull this up, that you can go to grooveasia.cm/resources. And this is where you will find our calendar here, where all of the events that we have coming up and everything else that we have available for you. So you can just one of the buttons and sign up. But to get the most up-to-date, latest information, just go to the calendar. When you click the calendar, it will bring you here to our Groove Asia calendar. It's going to come up in just a moment. We have the 5-day challenge. Now today we do have the, and this is time is Kuala Lumpur time in Malaysia on this calendar. You can set it to your own local time, and you can do that this evening. Well, for me, this evening is going to be Peter's going to be doing our Groove Card. It's going to be doing the Groove Card training, which he does every week. Also can be found on the YouTube channel. We have one more day of the 5-day challenge. And if you haven't registered, if you're just coming here and watching it on the YouTube, which is okay, but if you want to see what's going on the schedule for each day to day, just go to the calendar and register, and you'll get the whole schedule at grooveasia.cm/challenge. We have a couple of events that are coming up this weekend. We have a Trading Success Blueprint. Again, you're all welcome to attend that. How to make your first dollar online with Simon Leong is going to be next week. And the AI Fundamentals by our Chief Marketing Officer, Ching Yu Tan, also known as the AI Whisperer. So those things that are coming up, and there's some other events for Groove.cm that are also on the calendar. All right, so that's it for us today. So glad that you have come to join us, and we will see you again tomorrow. We will see you again tomorrow for our last and final day of the Groove 5-day challenge, and we're going to be winding it up at that time. So until then, bye-bye.
Hi, this is Simon Leung with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with 5 sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.